The U.S. has conducted several swaps with Venezuela over the past few years, most notably a deal last year for a group of oil executives collectively known as the CITGO 6 out of Houston. Joining us now is one of those former prisoners, Jose Pereira, one of the CITGO 6. You were the interim president of CITGO at the time. Mr. Pereira, thanks for being here. What do you know about these six that have just come home and what they've endured these last few years?
Well, this is a very kind of a hard situation because this is a hard place to be, and two of the guys were literally their neighbors during more than 2 years. So
because you guys spent time in the exact same facility.
We stayed 5 years, 2.5 in one facility and 2.5 in the other facility. So literally all these guys that are coming back, we stayed in the both facilities that they were.
Are they lucky to be alive? Are they lucky to be home?
Oh yeah, of course. This is the best thing that could ever happen. Yeah, I'm so proud for them.
What are the conditions like? How do they keep you? Are you getting 3 meals a day? Do you get time outside? I mean, it's hard for us to imagine.
It's difficult because the place that where these guys were, almost them, is a place called the Interim. It's a third floor basement, and they don't have fresh air. Sometimes you can stay even a month without going to the sun, take the sun. The food sometimes is not so good. Your family has to be providing you food and medicine. So if not, maybe you can die. Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that there wasn't a day that went by for you where you weren't hoping, expecting maybe today will be the day. Did you ever lose track of how long it had been?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, in our case, our situation went through several phases, but the first year was totally terrible, totally terrible. And then when the negotiation began to happen, when the prior administration and then the Biden administration, it began to evolve a little bit the situation. But the truth of the matter is that is a carousel of emotion. It can be good one day and then in 2 days it go totally off. So it's really a hard situation to be there.
What about communication? Do you know anything at the time as a prisoner about the negotiations that are going on for your release?
Today, the situation is a little bit better because now there is this special presidential office for hostile affairs that you saw there, the Ambassador Roger Castro. He's treating directly these negotiations. He's doing a wonderful job, by the way. And but when we were there, our situation at some point was that there was no communication. You can stay years without no communication.
Without knowing anything?
We stayed the first year literally without having no communication with our family, the first year.
What's the first thing that happens when you come back and they take you somewhere, you board a plane, you're not really sure where you are, I imagine, and then all of a sudden you can look out and you say, we're coming back to the U.S. What's that like?
Well, they led to a military base in San Antonio. There is a special program called PISA, that they're going to be there for several days. It's like a decompression process. And after that, you come to your house, and the first thing that you want to eat is everything.
Do you remember your first meal when you were home?
I think I was into a McDonald's and take a pizza, you know.
Is it only a matter of time until this happens again?
Well, the situation there is a matter of time, yeah. They are saying that they're not going to take more Americans. Who never knows, you know.
Do you believe the Venezuelan government always knows what it wants when it takes a prisoner? In other words, when they took you and your 5 colleagues, did they know what they want? Did they know how it was going to end, or did they just know that they had something that gave them some power?
The problem with this situation, that this is called the hostage diplomacy, okay? The hostage diplomacy, what they do is they take you, you become a pawn, and then they think what they're going to do with you. They begin to leverage you. They begin to ask for things. That's why these negotiations take so long, because there are two governments talking, and sometimes they're asking a lot. So these guys, some of them take 2, 3 years. Our case was 5 years. I know other cases have been even 10, 12 years negotiations.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And the moment when they take you to prison, is it like in this country, they just walk into an office and arrest you? Is it more violent than that? What is that moment?
Well, it's totally bizarre. They have a police, they call that the Hessin. These guys are you know, I always talk, they come like in Robocop outfits and with masks. It's very scary, and the situation becomes really dark, very scary. So this is a psychological thing, the way they do it. So it becomes to be scary situation at the beginning.
It's all part of the process.
It's part of the process.
How does it still impact you today? I mean, we were just watching some of the video of those folks getting off the plane. When you see that, what does that do to you?
A flashback. Yesterday I was having a deja vu when I saw those images, because all the guys from the Special Presidential Office, I know all of them. I saw them. I saw the photo they took in the plane, same photo that we have. So it's the same thing. I saw the hangar. So the scene is exactly, it's a deja vu. Yesterday our memory were coming back. By the way, I was talking with some of the families that I'm connecting with them. So I was, you know, chatting with them, talking, saying, hey, congratulations. It was tons of emotion yesterday for us.
How are the families feeling?
Well, this is something that I cannot, they're overjoyed. This is going to be the most wonderful Christmas gift for them ever. They will ever remember. This is the moment they will remember forever.
Yeah. Are you ever going back to Venezuela?
Never will go back until these guys are there. Never.
Jose Pereira, former Venezuelan prisoner, one of the CITGO 6. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that and you coming in and sharing your insight today.
Thank you.